Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted, you've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head, I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test, I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion, even though I offer all of the solutions. I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless, I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me? Then will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted, you've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head, I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test, I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion. Even though I offer all of the solutions, I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you, I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you, I knew this. When I'm with you, I feel so useless, I feel diluted.
Well, hello everybody. Ooh, I like your shirt, that's cute.
I know, right? It's so bright though in the camera.
Yeah?
Hi guys.
You're a bright kind of girl, what can I say?
Hello.
Hello everybody. Today we're going to make it only 1 hour, and that is because at 4 o'clock today, we already are going to be doing a big production sort of thing, I guess you call it. What we did is we organized a collab get together, a collab day, exactly. So anybody who's Twitter, so what do we got? Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram,
anything,
Facebook,
any social media, everything.
Podcaster, whatever. You can all come out. We'll all work together to promote, and then also helps promote the city and everything else. Exactly, it's a good networking thing.
Because it's nice. Like if you're a podcaster and then you're looking for new people to interview, you could meet fellow podcasters and everything else.
Exactly. And good morning, Eleanor. I hope you guys are doing good.
Hey.
By the way, your truck looks fantastic.
That is so badass.
It is
that
badass.
truck is so badass.
Yeah, exactly. And so let's quickly just say hello to everybody here. I think it got cut off at above that. There were a few people above. I see Nature's Calming Effect Music. There you go. Hello from Kentucky. And we got Norm here. Seth is here. Robert. VVF is here from New Zealand. Let's see, Todd from Colorado. James also from San Diego, California. You are up early. Wow. And then Todd, yes, we are starting at 10. It just has a delay. So hopefully everybody can start saying the sound is good.
Yeah, let us know if
good.
everything sounds okay.
I'm wearing a hat right now because I'm going to be very honest. We've been, what do you call it, burning the candle for both ends or something? I'm
exhausted.
Yeah, it has been insane, absolutely insane. Every day we're being invited to something, going someplace. We're up very late. And then editing and then putting it out, go right back out, that kind of thing. And
it's been amazing.
It's been amazing, of course. I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
But it is going to take a toll if we kept doing it, obviously.
Our chairs are too wide. Like, I feel like, because, like, I'm at the edge of this side, and then there's just space in the middle. And so it's,
I'll give you more room.
No, that's too much. You have to move in more now.
Okay.
Because now you're on the edge. Now we're both on the edge, and it doesn't.
No, you got all the room.
Fine.
It's all good.
Please, no, you move over.
We'll get this more organized later. It doesn't. Anyway, can everybody hear us? Oh, good. There. Perfect. Thank you very much, Norm. We appreciate that. And as you can see, Norm is green there because Norm is one of our members. Thank you very much, Norm. Okay, so this week, we are, let me think, Banante?
Banate, and then Popotan, and
and other places here too. But but those were really, really big events, and not what we were expecting.
No, we were pleasantly surprised. Like a lot of the times, we don't really know what we're actually expecting when we go to like a different town to celebrate like their fiesta, or if they're having just an event. And so we kind of we just get the invites, and people are like, hey, you should check this out. It's blah, blah, blah. Like, this is what we're doing. And it's our first time back since the pandemic and all that good stuff. And we're like, yeah, if we have free time, then we'll, put it in our schedule, and we just go for it.
Yeah.
Which sounds like it's nerve-wracking a little bit because, first of all, you don't know what you're expecting. But,
true.
And you never know. You're just like, okay, this might be really good, or maybe not exactly, the vibe. Yep. But then you get really pleasantly surprised when you end up at these places.
Honestly,
every time. And that's why we're we're more carefree about it, because we're like, okay, yeah, I feel like every event we've gone to has just been
we haven't been disappointed yet, put it that way. And let's talk about how darn beautiful Miss Kasag contestants were.
Why do you have those? Yes, they were. I don't know. He was reaching over, grabbing something, And so now I'm just like, you can't.
She's suspicious.
Okay. Well, he does one thing, and then he talks about another thing, and he expects me to follow along with the thing he's talking about. Okay. Anyways, what was the question? Sorry. What was the question?
How beautiful all the Miss Casog
Oh, they were. It was so
Our
cool.
very first beauty pageant.
Yeah, and then watching everybody in their gowns and just walking on stage. By the way, I don't know if you guys like noticed in the video, but they were like, for the most part, all of them were wearing high heels. Okay, and like I was afraid for their lives. Okay, I was afraid I was gonna trip, and I'm not even wearing the heels. Like, and I'm sitting down on the floor, like on not the floor, but like I'm sitting down on the stage, like not on the stage. Anyways,
Not on the floor, not on the stage. Maybe a chair?
in between.
Were you sitting on a chair maybe?
Maybe it's in between. And yeah, I was so worried. I was like stressing out for them every time they walked down there. And then they were like doing some parkour. So they had 3 ladies. So the strip, the runway, right? And then so they had the 3 past winners of like the 3 past years. One was standing on one side, like in a zigzag. The other was standing on the other side of this small runway, okay? And then the third was on the other side again. And so basically they made the contestants do like go zigzagging around these women in their high heels, avoiding stepping on the past winners' dresses.
Yeah.
In massive heels on this short stage. And I was like, okay, we're either going to see something freaking hilarious and I'm going to feel really bad about it, or like something's going to go wrong. Something's going to go wrong. Nothing went wrong.
No, nothing did go wrong.
But I was like, I'm waiting for the moment that one of these girls trips and just drags like the other, like one of the past winners down. It didn't happen. Okay, they're professional. They know what they're doing. I just don't, if I was doing it, I would have been like, I'm sorry. I'm not going down alone. Okay, we're going down together.
Taking you with me.
We're going down
Oh,
together.
Yeah. Yep. And then when we saw, so I've been to Times Square for New Year's, you know, and I've been to some other big ones that are like that. And how exciting, exhilarating, the sheer amount of people in one area, and just the massive celebration, right? And I swear to God, 2 nights ago, I experienced it again, but here in the Philippines.
Was
You guys haven't seen the videos
crazy.
yet,
It was
but they're coming.
crazy.
They're coming.
Yeah, can we
The
talk
Christmas capital.
Yeah, it
of the-
was absolute madness. Their Christmas lights, they just redid everything because it was the 25th
25th year,
celebration.
yep.
So it was their 25th. Like, hey, let's go. Let's like make it a banger, and they did. They did.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
it was
crazy.
awesome. Fireworks, everything. It was just enormous. And then the thing is they leave all the lights off other than the band stage and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
they keep the basic lights on so you can actually like walk around a little bit. Mainly in the 4 corners. Like if you're
Barely,
in the
by
middle,
the way,
yeah,
barely.
yeah. If you were in the middle,
There's no light.
Yeah, and
Everybody's
like,
phones. That's what
yeah,
you saw.
it was phones. It was phones because I was like, there are a lot of people here, but like you could only kind of make out people's heads.
Yeah, that's what I
and
was going to
stuff.
say. Yeah.
And then
So it was pretty dark, and
Yeah.
so we're standing on this balcony looking out, and we know there's people out there, but we can't tell
Yeah.
how many.
And like you could it's like kind of like the glare of your phone. Like some people didn't have their flashlights on. Some people just had like, you know, if you're like texting or something, the glare. That was kind of like the light. That was the light. And then once the lights did come on, I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
It was
I didn't
dramatic.
realize the entire like municipality was here.
Yeah.
Plus, like it was crazy how packed it was.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was absolutely insane. And like when we were going through the crowd, it would have been impossible because they're like, well, we want to take you over here to meet some people and that kind of thing.
And
You guys
film
have to
the
wait for the
stage.
video.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was impossible to get through. There were that many people, but they had a bunch of people to escort us through the crowd because it was impossible to move. We wouldn't have made it. It wouldn't have been possible. So thank you
Yeah.
to them because, but you'll see in the video. We're just giving you guys a little teaser here, essentially, of what's to come because it is actually really incredible. Another thing is, yeah, I know what somebody was saying about don't burn yourself out. Yeah, we're definitely trying to avoid that because we moved in. We still have so much to do here at the house. But we also know that this is the 1 month, December is a big deal here in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And other than the festivals are going to be on a couple weekends and a couple other events related to the festival in January, but all of this, what's going on right now, this is the time. This is the only time. So we want to experience it all, because otherwise we got to wait a year until this happens again. So it's not like, oh, we'll just do it next month.
Right.
It's not going to be here next month.
Yeah.
So that's the reason we're willing to sacrifice it, because there was so much we wanted to experience. We've never had a Christmas in the Philippines.
Yeah, this is our first Christmas in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So we're trying to make the most of it. And we would do these things even if we weren't like vlogging.
Exactly.
Right? We'd be going
that
to,
just adds to it.
Yeah, and so obviously we wouldn't know if we weren't vlogging, but we would be trying to do the most, because we're extra like that. We try to do the most. And then once everything is done, then we can like relax. Once it calms down a bit.
Yeah, it's going to calm down very, very soon. So then we know that. So,
well,
but this
January,
week has been interesting, and maybe the last 2 weeks, as you know, or 3 weeks, whatever, we've been here with our water, right? And the water thing keeps getting a little bit more complicated, every single time. And we've been running with, thanks to a friend of ours, local, and he has come over and helped us run some tests. And those tests are just shutting off different valves to try to figure out where all this water's going. Because as we've talked already before, our water tanks, we fill them up, don't even use them, and a few hours later, They're empty. We're not using them. Where's the water going? There's no water. You can't see anything outside or anything. And so we're obviously terrified that we have a sinkhole under our house somewhere, and that this house is all going to come collapsing down or something. So we were shutting off valves, seeing what happens, shutting up valves, seeing what happens. If the water doesn't change or anything like that, you know, we can at least discover, okay, it's not this line, it's not this line, it's definitely this line. Hey!
Thank you, Senzi.
Senzies.
Thank
You guys are
thank
the
you.
cutest couple on the planet. Well, she is. I
Sorry,
tag along.
He does all the work, and I high five him.
Well, somebody's got to look beautiful.
But
yeah, so that's what we've been doing. And then we had some friends from Pototan that also live. They live here, and their family lives there. And they said, "Listen, we have somebody that can come and at least take a look, and maybe try to figure out where this water's going, because that's obviously a big scary thing for us." And then, we're gonna show you guys, but not now, not during the live, but we're gonna show you. It looks like we have a termite infestation too. So we're having all the fun here in the Philippines.
You know, is live, laugh, love, learn. Yeah.
That's how I see it. Is I am learning so much about what it takes to live here in the Philippines. All that stuff. We're learning it all right now.
And honestly, because in the future we want to build our own house, because it's cool. Okay, it's cool to build your own house. And so now we're just like, okay, so no wood cabinets.
No, nothing.
No wood,
Yeah, and the
termite
crazy thing
treated.
is,
I don't know if you can treat.
our friend who discovered it, he lives 6 months in Kuwait and 6 months here, and when he's in Kuwait, he's hired as a person that works in the termite field, right? So he goes. I don't know if he personally goes, if he runs it. I don't know any of that stuff, but I do know that he's an expert on termites, and that's why he's hired in Kuwait, lives 6 months there, 6 months back. And he was explaining that even the slightest crack in your foundation, concrete, or anything, where your outside pad meets the foundation of the house, they find ways, and then they burrow in your concrete. And he showed me the lines and everything. He's like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So like I said, we'll show you guys all so that anybody who might be coming to the Philippines knows what to look for, by the way, because you wouldn't have known. You would have thought, who knows what? We had no idea. So we're learning a lot. And that's the thing.
All we smelled was heavy bleach. And we were like, oh, they should probably just clean
Yeah, when we
it.
moved in, there was like heavy bleach smell.
The thing is, if it wasn't termites, it'd be spiders, like with cabinets and everything. It's those dark, like not dingy, but like those dark corners and recesses of your house that cabinets or like the bottom cabinets, and top probably, that spiders are like, yes, my house, and spiders love that. Remember, like in Boracay, our like kitchen, there wasn't as many because it was open. But, like, if you got in behind, like, the canned food and stuff, there'd be little creepy crawlies.
Oh. Well, that's the important part of having lots and lots of geckos. You love geckos in this country.
Man.
You do not want to chase them out.
Geckos-
Please, keep as
So-
many geckos as possible.
So mad. Okay, so once in a while, Bora gets a gecko, and I'm like, I'm about to disown you, okay?
Yeah.
Unless you start putting in the work for that gecko. Like, please, do not eat the geckos.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
eat the geckos.
Yeah, Norma, exactly. We know because we're trying to go because we're going to Makati for New Year's,
It's
and
so expensive.
yeah, the cost
So
of flights have
expensive.
tripled. So we still don't have a flight there. It's something that we're kind
It's
of
just gonna get
dealing with
more
right now.
expensive, which sucks.
Yeah, it's not going to get easier on us, that's for sure. But we're going to figure it out. We might end up taking the ferry the whole way, which will be a whole interesting thing altogether. They have the buses that take the ferries. They got all this stuff, but we're talking 24-hour trip. But hey, we're like content, I guess.
Has anybody ever taken the ferry for that long? Because
Yeah.
I would love to hear how your experience is. Because, like, I'm sure there's a lot of people who do it because, well, if it's not even cheap, well, I guess it'd be a little cheaper. Like, if it's 2,000.
Yeah,
for
you're not
the
paying for your luggage and all that.
stateroom, right? Or what,
Oh,
or
yeah,
something
no,
like
state
that.
they won't, but very few people probably get the stateroom.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking because I was like, well, it's probably more common for people to take the ferry because it is way cheaper than taking
Yeah.
the plane.
Yeah, if you don't get your own stateroom and all that, yeah, definitely
Yeah,
would
but damn, does that sound 24 hours, man? Whew.
be. Yeah.
Especially being around other people. Like I know that maybe that sounds a little spoiled, but
Yeah.
I will literally like if the bunk bed things, I get like I need time away from people.
Yeah.
That's what I'll hide in the bathroom if I have to for a couple hours, but I feel like nobody would like that. I feel like people are like, I'm trying to pee, please give me the bathroom. But yeah, I have such a hard time. So if I couldn't get away for like a full day, I mean, I know you can sleep through it, but then you hear all the people around you, so you're like, you can't really even sleep. But that's probably just me, because I like hiding from people.
Yeah, you do. Red ants. Yeah, that's another problem when they bite like crazy. The fire ants, stuff like that. The only thing about I would say is termites are next level. Yeah, they're not biting you, but oh my God, they eat the wood from the inside out. So you don't know until it's really.
Our bar stool.
Wait till we show you
I'm
guys.
so scared because
It's like paper thin now.
yeah, it's got like a marble top, all right, which is nice. But that also means it's very heavy. And then so the board, one of the boards that's like supporting it up, you see the cracks of it, and I'm like, okay, we're just gonna put a glass of like water on it one day, and it's just gonna
Come crashing down. So we'll show you guys in the video. We're going to show everybody because so they can recognize how if you have termites or not. Because I wouldn't have noticed. Oh my gosh.
That's the first
So
time.
thank goodness for our friends
I don't
showing
even know
us
what a
everything.
termite looks like. Apparently,
Yeah,
you can't
you won't
see
be able to
them,
see them,
which
yeah.
is- I'll Google them later.
Yeah.
But
Well, you said they look more like maggots. They're very, very tiny. Yeah.
oh, that's I was hoping they looked kind of like ants.
No, well, the worker ones are white. The
Wow.
fighter ones are black. And then I don't know what the queen looks like. He didn't describe the queen. But the
Looks
queen,
like a
they bring
queen.
all they're doing
Like a
is bring
UNO.
back food to the queen, and we'll be deep underground. So they just come up, boom, boom, boom.
Matriarchy.
Yeah, this is certainly a pretty crazy rental, isn't it? Right? Like, wow, we rent this. So yeah, exactly. We're not connected to the city at all.
No.
There's no city water. We actually wish, because then we would just not deal with any of this.
Then you don't have to worry, okay? You
Yeah.
don't have to even think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
So
I used the ferries a couple times and I enjoyed it. The bottom bunks have a curtain so you have privacy. Oh, okay. That's not as bad then. Because if it was just like open, I'm going to feel a little awkward.
yeah, well, the ones we
And-
see we've watched other vlogs where they take them and there were no curtains. It was just a sea of bunks as far as the eye can see, and they were literally 2 feet from each other, so just enough to walk between them. And those ones didn't have any curtains, so some of them might. Yeah, that's great. But I think those are the cargo containers, to be honest. I don't think those are the to-go.
Right.
All right, the to-go, I could see that they would probably have,
Oh, okay.
the curtains. So I think it depends on the boat you were taking, but that's great. Let us know, Todd, what company you took.
Yeah. What are we talking about? Bug infestation?
Termites.
Termites. Which are supposed to be very
Just
common.
discovered this week.
Yeah.
And it's pretty bad. So we're going to be doing a lot of investigation. We'll show you guys what we find, but it could get really bad for us if we don't deal with it immediately.
Yeah,
And the
we're
crazy
gonna
thing
have to
is
do
the guy showed me, he's like, oh, they've been dealing with this for a long time. I can see where they've already
They
destroyed.
erase like tunnels, but they don't.
Yeah.
They kind of stain the wall a little bit. So
Yeah.
even though you remove the like burrow,
Yeah.
it's still there's a mark of where
So
it used to be.
keep in mind, they rented it to us. Didn't tell us about any of these issues. Like, as if you don't do that. Hey, termites are a normal thing here in the Philippines. You got to make sure you spray every week.
Yeah, that wouldn't
Something.
that wouldn't have broken.
We would have said, okay, we never deal with this before, because in Canada, it gets frozen in the winter, so therefore these things don't really live, right? Like,
Yeah.
yes, there are certain situations,
Yeah, you can
but
get
it's not like
termites.
here, where it's commonplace, or hot climates, because
Yeah.
they don't die. They can live year-round here. So
They're on vacation permanently.
yeah, they're on permanent vacation like us. So that's kind of like how it goes. So, do you guys miss Canada yet? I'm so far. I'm still saying it's still worth
Honestly,
it.
Yeah, I'll deal with termites as long as I don't have to deal with winter, personally.
Termites.
Because at least I can't see
water.
the termites. They I know they eat wood and stuff, and like, goodbye to your wood furniture. But hey, at least I don't have to walk through it and cry. And if I try
Slip
crying,
and fall and
my eyes get frozen, and
salt's ruining your boots, your
Yeah.
shoes, your pant legs,
Yeah, like
cars.
yeah. So it's worth it still. If man, do the termite, I'll buy them a plank of wood if they really, as a thank you for letting us move in.
Yeah.
Personally.
And so yeah, this is like a live and learn thing. So the good thing about it is every experience is an experience worth having, right?
Yeah.
It may not seem like a positive at the time, but going forward, just imagine now, do you think I would ever not look for these things? Of course I'm going to look for these things. It's going to be the next level for everything. And so that's the important part, is to realize the positive in all this. Something I never knew anything about, I will now know about, and I
Yeah.
will be all over it. So yeah, but we have somebody coming that right after this live. Like I said, the live will just be 1 hour, guys. If you came in later, you wouldn't know. We're just doing just 1 hour today. We have the big thing going on at SM Mall, where we planned a whole a collaboration with all other vloggers, bloggers, podcasters, everything.
I hope
And
there's
so
a good turnout.
yeah, there
I
should be a
hope
good
it's
turnout. We've heard from a lot of people, and but even if it's 5 people, that's fine with me. Cool.
That's true.
We'll make it work. So we're going to be doing that at 4:00 today, but we're going to be working out our water situation. We have a friend of ours who said, listen, I have somebody that can come over and take a look for you guys and try to discover where this water is going. Like I said, we ran all these tests, closing valves and everything, to figure out what lines, when we turn off the certain lines, does it still disappear? And the water goes up into the tanks, and then for some reason you don't even use it, come back a couple hours later, whatever, 4 hours later, and turn on the water and there's no water. And it's like, well, where did it all go? So it's a big sinkhole under the house. These are the terrifying things.
Yeah.
And then the termite thing, a friend of ours pointed it out, and so we probably had it since the beginning. We just didn't know. And now we know, and now that's all we see. So it's interesting, once you know about it and what to look for, then you're like, oh my God, they're there. Oh my God, they're there. Oh my God, they're there.
Yeah.
Right? We hadn't seen them. We didn't think anything of it.
No.
No.
If you should make a list of all the small problems we have here, it'll take forever. The best thing, get used to it. Get a handyman to take care of it and not overprice you. That's like the best thing.
Exactly. So
really.
luckily we have some friends, and they're looking at things for us, and then we can have the solution.
Yeah.
And then you hire somebody that they already use or know or whatever, recommend.
It's nice to get a recommendation, because then you trust them more.
Right.
As opposed to just hiring somebody randomly, and then when they see you, they're like, okay, well, I'll take advantage of that. Thank you.
And also, if it's Filipino, right, that normally deals with them, they normally pay them an X amount per day, labor or whatever, that kind of thing. And so therefore, they say, listen, I want you to go over to my friends here, and I want you to do this work. Now they're in a position, well, I can't charge them 4 times as much. They're going to find out. So it would be obviously beneficial for everybody there. And then we have somebody we can trust and everything else. And that's the most important thing. You get more work from somebody who trusts you. And so it works always better for the person to be fair and honest for us. So That's how we treat it. We'll never do business again with anybody. You might get us once, but you'll never get us
Yeah.
again. We this one here is always mosquitoes, mosquitoes, mosquitoes.
Yeah, but that's just in general.
And we were here
Okay.
for the rainy season. so.
Yeah, and like on Boracay it was fine. I didn't notice any difference with the bugs.
Yeah, mosquitoes love her all year round.
Yeah, and same in Canada. Okay, so as soon as
mosquitoes are huge in Canada.
As soon as the snow melts and the mosquitoes are out, like it's over for me. It's done.
Yeah. This shouldn't make you nervous. This is
I
just
think-
these are the things you should look for.
Yeah.
It's like really take this as a positive. You learn from other people's.
Yeah.
When other people have issues, you can learn from it too, and then you don't have to go through it.
Things are never perfect, okay?
No.
I don't want people to think that it's like 100% sunshines and unicorns. There's always going to be like small things you have to deal with.
Yep.
That's life.
It
That's
is life. Honestly, I don't think Thailand, I don't think Canada.
I would try
like,
Thailand.
if you go anywhere, all right, even in Canada, and you're a tourist and you come in and you speak some other language, you'll find some tour guide giving a boat ride, and he'll charge you 4 times as much. It's not like it's a Philippines thing, right? You'll just run into situations where some people will try to get that one sale because they have a very small, they don't have a wide picture of the world, right? And often people don't realize that your reputation can actually, you grow it, and then you can actually become very big and a big deal because you've built up a reputation where other people, word of mouth is everything. The other people say, oh, you really got to try it. Great price, very reasonable. You don't have to worry about them coming at you. And so there's always going to be people, it doesn't matter where it is, who just look for the quick buck. And so it doesn't matter. I don't think to say that it doesn't exist in Thailand or anywhere else, I'm not sure that that's a possibility. It can happen anywhere. And so what we do is we had a few people in the beginning at Boracay. We learned really quick. Once you understand what real costs are and stuff like that, then you start to say no to people. You're like, no, thank you, and you just move on. And they either come back and say, okay, sorry, this is the real price, or they lose your business, and then you just don't reward it.
Yeah.
And it's as simple as that. And so then you go to eventually you get to a point where you know somebody for almost everything, or people who know people for everything, and you end up knowing who to trust and those kind of things. And we're slowly building that up now. When you move to a new place, it happens.
Yeah.
Good morning, by the way, and welcome to all those that have joined since then. We've seen some growth now. Like I said, we're just doing 1 hour, so you got 30 minutes left, and we are going to be doing quite a bit more for the next few days. As we said in the beginning, we have just gone to Manate for the Kasag Festival. Well, we're going back on the 21st for their closing ceremony. The mayor has invited us out to come to do that. That was really cool. So how do we say no? We're like, you know what? You guys have been awesome. And you're only, it's an hour bus ride. So we said, okay, we'll jump on the bus. We'll come see you. And then we got welcome back at the next place that we went the very next day in Potatan. And we just had the most epic night of our lives. Like it was like the ball dropping in New York City at Times Square on New Year's. It was like that kind of thing. It was absolutely incredible. So they invited us back for Christmas Eve, and we're like, how can we say no? This is so amazing. So honestly, there you go. So we already have those two coming up, but we already are also going to Otan this week. We're going to, what else we have a Christmas, we're going to Steve's for Christmas Day.
Yeah, exactly.
He invited us with his family, which was really sweet of him.
Yeah.
And so we enjoy them all, and they're beautiful people. What else do we have? Oh, we're going to meet with the tourism board so that we know about everything that goes on at all times. So we may not make
Hopefully,
everything,
yeah.
but at least if we have good communication with them, they can be like, listen, this is going on right now in the city. Right now, there's so much going on. But imagine in February, March, and they just have like a cosplay thing. Well, she wants to know about that. Or if they have just a big art festival somewhere, we want to know about that.
Exactly.
And so we thought it was a good idea to go to them and say, listen, can you stay in touch with us, or where can we find out stuff, all that kind of stuff. And they said, come on in and have a meeting. So we're going to go in and meet with them, and then we'll be able to figure out where everything is going at all the time, right? So we're really excited for that. Trying to think what else I'm missing a million different things.
Yeah, we are still having, it's the meet and greet or like creator.
Oh yeah, 4 o'clock
meet.
today.
Still at 4 o'clock. We'll be there.
We will be there, Trisha, and it's going to be fantastic. There's going to be a lot of people there. Oh my goodness! I think there's going to be a lot of people there. Maybe there'll be 5, but I don't think so. I've heard from a lot of people.
That's good. I'm glad. Because it's not just a meet and greet like for us. It's like to meet us. It's also kind of just to meet other content creators around. Like maybe you'll find somebody new you also want to support that's in Iloilo. All that good stuff. So
Is
I'm
that
excited.
Eliane?
Eliane. Good morning, Bianca. Good
Like
morning.
Is it? That is her.
Okay. I don't know. I didn't know. It's hard
Yeah.
to see in the photo.
Yeah, that's Eliane. She's been in.
Say anything.
She was in earlier videos when we were on Boracay before she went to university. Bianca used to hang out with her. So hello, Eliane. So glad you could join the live. That's fantastic. So it is beautiful here in the Philippines. We're not having any change of mind. We get it. Like things
No.
happen. Like you
Yeah.
go to Canada. Like I remember this one place I rented in Canada, and it was it was beautiful, nice, okay, moved in, and then they had this freak thing. When you live in the country in this one area, where flies, it's epidemic of
He lived
flies.
in a church, by the way.
Okay, yeah, I had a church.
He lived in a church.
It was
converted.
It was decommissioned and turned into a
a
residence.
house,
a house.
but it was a full-on church.
Yeah, it was
like,
200-year-old church. Yeah.
It was amazing. It was
Or
so cool.
150.
Like 10 out of 10. I got like 9 out of 10 because of your story. But live in a church, guys. Once in a while.
It was really
It's
cool. So the upper pews,
Where,
where you would
the-
sit upstairs,
the
or the organ would play. Yeah, exactly. That was the bedroom loft, and then down in the main thing, it was just this massive
Open
room.
space.
And then I still had the pulpit, but it was in the kitchen. So you have the kitchen at the back with the big windows and everything, and the pulpit facing out to the whole area. And it still had the microphone and everything. They left that even because it was kind of cool.
It's cool.
And I've got stained glass windows all the way around.
it's
Every
stained glass.
direction had stained glass windows.
Obviously, if you like during the winter, it's hard to heat.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't insulated the way you
Yeah,
want. It was
it's
built
a,
in
it's a
18...
it's a 200-year-old church, guys. Okay,
Yeah.
they weren't ready for heaters.
Yeah.
They had no idea what was coming.
Yeah, I think maybe 150 years, but still, it was old.
Either way.
It was very,
Oh,
very
yeah,
old.
isn't Canada only 150, like 2 years old?
Yeah, well, it depends. If you want to go back to the fur trades and stuff, then you can start talking 1585, that kind of thing. But for the most part, really, there was not much until 1790-ish. So that'd
Yeah.
be 200 years, right? 220 years from now. So early 1800s, stuff like that. Yes, there were some small villages, and this where I lived, it turned out to be nothing, but it used to be something. It was one of those villages that grew because it was where they traded almost all cattle for the whole province, and so all livestock, that kind of thing. And then it one day moved away. So then the whole town disappeared. Therefore, you had these churches. They had a cathedral beside it, and they tore it down, and only the church
Why
remained.
was they
Yeah.
cathedral?
Because it would be too expensive to maintain, so they tore it down and kept the church, and then eventually there was nobody to go to the church. So I rented the church. It was really cool. It was amazing, and no, there was no, like people always say, no, it didn't have a cemetery or anything there. There was nothing like that. So no, there were no ghosts. I didn't have any situations or anything. But anyway, let's go back to the flies. So I'm living there
Back to the flies.
after maybe a month, and I'm like noticing every morning I wake up and the floor is covered in flies, tens of thousands of flies, hundreds of thousands, I don't know. Every window is covered in flies. I'm like, what the heck? So I, get by all this stuff and clean them all. Hey, wait, nature's
Here's
coming.
for a drink or coffee at the meet and greet. Hope you have a great time. Thank you
thank
so much.
you so much. That's awesome of
Nature's
you.
calming effect music. That's a good name.
Yes, exactly.
I
And
like it.
who
Thank
doesn't
you.
like
Thank you.
calming
Honestly,
music?
that's the best kind of noise to go to sleep to.
Yeah. All right, so I don't want to get too far off because I've already cut myself twice on that. And so these flies it was like an endemic of flies, okay? They were just everywhere. It's like your whole floor, and because they die immediately, right? They live about 6 hours and then they die. And the whole floor, you just hear when you're trying to sleep, because they're all upside down and their wings.
Yeah.
And when you have tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, when you smack a fly and it's on the ground like crying, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But it was an orchestra of them.
It was an orchestra
of
of them.
just dying
And
flies.
so you were just creeped out constantly. And the weird thing is
Nature's
like
confidence.
everybody told me it was just like, it was everybody, right? Like every house, everybody was dealing with this all over the place. I didn't have air conditioning or anything there, obviously, and I had radiators for heat, so it got pretty cold. It could not keep radiators. All of them on max could not keep up in the winter. It was cold, so that's why it was a fun idea, but it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
And it was really far from the city. So anyway, so yeah, it was just crazy. I went and bought one of those vacuums that just drive around.
Oh, the like Roombas.
Yeah, it would fill up so quick. It was no point. It was just like full. It was crazy. Anyway, and then one day, they disappeared. And then everybody's house, everywhere, they just stopped. So it was just this weird...
Season of flies?
Yeah, it was this weird thing. And they said, yeah, every 2-3 years this happens. Yeah. And it was like the freakiest thing. It's like the plague coming to visit, right? Like, how weird is that? How is that a thing? So anyway, anything can happen anywhere in the world. That was my point. That was in Canada. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was really, really freaky. Obviously, not all of Canada, just like anything that happens here doesn't mean it's happening in all of the Philippines. This is what happens just right here.
Yeah. If Bianca's mama had long hair, they look like twins.
Hey!
Yeah, but the thing is, she cuts her own hair, and she cuts it short because she doesn't like dealing with it.
Yeah,
always just
makes
like,
her life
snip,
easy.
Snip.
Yeah. 'Cause she does a lot of cleaning, and therefore she doesn't want it falling in her face and everything when you're getting down and doing stuff, right?
Only in the winter she like will ponytail it because it's like an extra layer of warmth.
Yeah. Knock on wood. That's all I'm gonna say.
I have not had dengue. I don't know. I feel like I haven't had dengue because I'm fine.
Yeah,
and I
we're
have
both
a
fine.
million guys. I have a million mosquito bites because
So get 5 a day.
we got taken up to like the farm, right?
Yep.
The farm.
MBJ.
And it was right in the evening, and it's a farm, like a woodsy farm in the middle of nowhere, and mosquitoes were like, hey, the buffet's
Right at dusk.
walking in, right at dusk.
Best
so
time.
you know the mosquitoes are like itching and I had so much off lotion, I swear I used half the bottle trying to just coat myself. And the DEET lotion, the off lotion, that's what I have, okay? And did not work. And because we were sweating, because it's on like a little hillside, so you have to walk up. So the CO2 that I'm emitting is just like a flare for these mosquitoes. And I swear, I literally, like,
Yeah.
everywhere.
see them all.
I have like 5 on my back at least. I have like a couple on my shoulders. I have like 10. I have like 3 on my foot. And I'm like, God, like, please. And then like, just on my, like, everywhere.
You know how
Everywhere.
they say microdosing is how you can actually build up a tolerance?
No, it's BS.
No. I was going to say maybe you don't get dengue because you've been microdosed on dengue for so long. You're getting tiny bits
God.
of it all the time.
The cure to dengue is my blood.
Is her blood now?
Because,
maybe.
yeah,
maybe.
I've been like eaten alive everywhere, okay? So everywhere. And I've not had dengue once. But I think the statistic is like 1 in 3 people. Like if 3 people get bit by a dengue thing, only 1 person will experience like the symptoms of it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just God tiering it. Like I'm just that good. Knock on
Yeah, this is what.
termites. Don't tell the termites that.
Oh no, we won't tell the termites.
No, this is like plywood. Do they eat that
No,
stuff?
no. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they'll eat all wood, but they'll eat it from the inside out.
Like
they
if
don't
I-
care about the outside. They won't eat that placard stuff. But,
I didn't realize they were bougie like that. Okay.
well, you know.
Picky. They're picky.
There's a lot of wood, so they can find
I
it.
know. Wait, do they eat like normal wood too? Like, do they eat coconut wood? Every wood? Like,
That's a good question. Anybody know about
is there
coconut wood?
certain wood where they're like, it's not really on my palate. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna stick with this wood instead.
Yeah.
Because that'd be interesting.
Well, eventually they'll want to eat all the plywood ceilings and stuff like that. Oh my God, they could have because here they have a lot of drop ceilings, so you can have really cool lighting. You know,
Yeah.
where there's lights above and lights
But you need to
below,
do it out of
and it's
cement
all
or else-
it's all wood.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they could have a nice little snack here if we don't start getting to the heart of them and just finding them and getting them
Is there
quick
like
as possible.
Is there like a flamethrower for
Well, there's-
termite spray? 'Cause
There's
I'll go
our
hard.
friend is a termite expert,
Honestly,
so he knows what to do.
Keep shooting it until
Yeah,
it stops.
flamethrower not so good on wood.
Not a
Just saying.
flamethrower, but like a flamethrower for termite spray. I said termite spray after.
All right. I do have to agree on this one thing here. It has been. It really has been. Like don't get me wrong, we're welcomed in so many places in so many ways, but Iloilo province, let's just call it that because now we've started to go on the outskirts of the city and everything. I got to tell you, wow, next level.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's like I said, I'm gonna stick to that. Like everybody has been very welcoming. Everywhere we go, we're just running into people being very welcoming. But here, it's like a whole other level of that. You know, there's so many more people. Like sometimes we can't walk very far, and it's just one person after another saying hello, 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 like coming up to us, and it's just been so welcoming, incredibly welcoming.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We enjoy it.
Yeah.
And plus all the malls and stuff, the conveniences. It's good. It's been good.
Northern Samar.
I wore long pants when I visited my girls' village in the forest of northern Samar. I had lightweight clothes, so it was cool. Nice. I like even at night here, like once in a while, it's really cool. It's really cool. We walked all the way to like one of the 7-Elevens, and then we walked all the way to Vista Mall right after. We were sweating, of course, because eventually walking raises your body temperature or your heart rate. But the breeze was so nice last night. It was just so good that it was nice and relaxing.
Yeah, I don't know about that, so I'm going to leave that alone because I don't know. Got to be careful with medical stuff. So
dengue shot.
Yeah, we don't know about it, so I don't want
Yeah.
to say anything. If it approved, not approved, that kind of thing. But hey, I don't get bit by mosquitoes. Never. They ignore me entirely. They're like, that blood is not good blood.
And then he's like, "Oh, why don't you go outside more? Why don't you? It's so nice.
I could live outside all day long. The only flies like my feet. You know, they'll kind of go around my foot or legs, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And what do flies do? They're not doing nothing. So
This is why I will
Yeah.
never do like any Survivor show like
Oh,
that's
you
in the
would be
wilderness
destroyed.
because it's like the mosquito. Like, okay, it's one thing to be cold. Okay, it's one thing to get wet and rained on, and it sucks, right? But you can make a fire, and eventually you can warm up. You can have a good shelter. You can warm up. It doesn't last forever, or like it lasts a long time. But a mosquito bite, that sucks. It literally sucks because it doesn't go away for like a whole week. And if you even bump into it accidentally, it just starts itching, and it would just drive me insane because then it wouldn't stop. Like if I'm getting one mosquito bite, clearly there's a mosquito, right? So clearly it's gonna come back for more. Okay, he's hungry too, and so it will just be a never-ending cycle, and that would drive me insane.
if I was a mosquito, I'd feed on you.
I would kill you instantly.
You guys all heard that, right? If something happens to me later today.
If he feeds on me, I think I have a right. I think there's a
If
right
something
there.
happens to me, okay?
If he's just like, you know what, I'm gonna eat some of your blood.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit of like leeway with
Yeah.
that.
If anything happens to me, I didn't kill myself. Just saying. Just saying. No matter what anybody says.
If there's a chunk of me gone, I'm like, guys, come on, look at this chunk.
That's so funny. No, we have not yet, and I think we might not make this one because we'll be in another town and then be coming home late in the evening. I don't think we're gonna make this one like Christmas Eve. You know how they have the midnight mass, but we've been to many midnight masses, so just don't know if we haven't been yet. Not here in the Philippines yet. Not for a midnight mass. But those are really amazing. With all the candles, everybody going out, walking out. When we were in Albania, actually, remember that? The whole town would walk down the road with the candles. And it was absolutely incredible.
I think it was during Easter.
Yeah, I think that was Easter. Yeah. But it was really incredible to experience. Yeah, Iloilo is next level. 5 years here now, smooth as silk. Oh, fantastic. The longer I stay here, the more I love the city and the people. Yeah, you know what? We can't say anything negative. We have termites. So that has nothing to do with the city, right? And all I said is the owners, when you rent it to the place, even after they finished renting, right? Like, okay, you convinced us, we paid you the money. Just do us a favor. Hey, guys, so termites are a thing here.
Yeah.
This is what we've been doing, and this is what you should do on a regular basis. These are the places you should spray. This is where they've been coming up. Something. Hey, guys, there's a little bit of issue with the water. It seems to get empty quite often. So this is what you should do. Like when we first complained, we said, hey, listen, guys, the water is literally gushing out long after we shut off the pump. Like gushing, right? And right over the tank. And I'm like, it's off. Why is it still doing that? And then the guy, they send somebody over, and he goes, just turn this valve. Well, why didn't anybody tell us to turn that valve? Like, that's ridiculous. Of course that's important.
Yeah.
And it's because they have a bad system that we have to turn that valve. Because if you have two tanks, right, you have an upper tank and a lower tank, and they're not connected to each other, except one has a pipe at the top. So when it's fills all the way up, then the water goes through and goes down. But guess what happens? When both tanks are filled, well, the top tank has this issue with when the pipe is coming through, the pressure from the top tank causes all the water to continue to pour over the bottom tank, and it gives us, because the gravity is higher at the higher one and then the lower on the lower one, so the pressures are different, and so it starts doing all these, and they're all connected with an H. Oh my God, it's a complicated thing. But anyway, there was a lot of things that they should have told us. We didn't know all this stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just a matter of, if they told us, then we know what to deal with.
Yeah, it's the honesty factor of it.
It is.
So.
Right, exactly. And so that's all I'm saying is why wouldn't they turn around and just give us this information so that we knew what we're not just walking into, but how to go around dealing with this stuff.
Yeah.
And not discover a month later when we are now dealing with it after the fact. So.
Yeah, and like the thing is, like we started noticing the cracks in the bar thing, but I had no idea. Okay, I thought it was just like paint. I thought it was a paint. Or just like old wood, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like, if we didn't have
a friend
to come and tell us, like, yeah, bro, it's termites.
Yeah.
We wouldn't know. We don't know these things, okay? No. We're foreigners. We didn't know.
And we were really spoiled on Boracay with that family. They didn't. We didn't. We had nothing, so I don't know why they don't get anything there. But we had no issues. We had great water.
Yeah. The beds were made out of wood, right?
Yeah.
Like the bed frame.
Oh
so
yeah, I know.
like
Everything was made out of wood. Our whole ceiling, the whole house is made out of wood.
So we were just lucky.
Well,
that's the thing. We were just very lucky with what we got, and like the value of it, with like the ease of it. It was just amazing.
And our landlords are fantastic.
Yeah, and so now like obviously we're having like a harder experience, and so we're just learning slowly. Yeah. But then like I said earlier, we know so when we build our own house or our own place, we can make it much, like we can rely on it more. Like we know what to do next. Do you guys like oysters? Jeez, I can't even speak. Or seafood in general? Yes. Try the restaurants along Coastal Road. That we were on Coastal Road and in Legans.
Oh yeah.
When we went to Pototan.
Yeah.
We passed. I believe. But yeah, so I will.
Or Bonate.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
But yeah, we absolutely love seafood. We eat it all the time. She more than me, only because I don't like bones and I don't like dealing with a lot of shells.
Yeah.
And so
she doesn't like the work of it.
I don't like the work.
I like the work of it.
I just want to eat. So I don't want to deal with like fish bones. I always get them stuck in my throat and everything, and so I'm not big on that. So if somebody gives me fish fillet that's already had the bones removed, and I'm not a big fan of the fish skin. I can eat other animal skin, but fish skin is not my thing. That's her thing, so she loves eating it. So she'll take the skin. But anyway, so I'm a little picky, unfortunately. But oysters, all that stuff where you don't have to pick anything, I don't have to deal with that stuff. Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Lorena Bobbitt, is that the person who killed like a bunch of...
Oh, look, your logo gets removed when I click it here. It's going to show up on the screen in a second anyway.
Digital
Nomad
808. Thank you so much for
for
the super chat.
I thought it was Bob. That's funny because I thought we were bees.
Bob.
Okay, Digital Nomad 808. How are you? Are you in the Philippines?
Princess Bianca and Lucky Mike.
Thank
so
you
happy
very much, by the
to
way.
have logged in. Oh, that's their comment, by the
There
way. To find you both live. Merry
thank
Christmas
you.
and best wishes. Great ambassadors for Iloilo in Canada. Be safe and keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.
It's funny because we've had a couple people be like, "Oh, you're our first Canadians," and we're like, "Well, I hope we give you a good impression of Canada."
Yep.
It's
Definitely.
cold though, by the way. Be careful, because a lot of people will be like, "Oh, you're Canadian? I want to go to Canada," and I'm like, "Yes, and yes." Be careful though, okay? If you're going, honestly though, if you go in January until like February, those are probably the worst.
Yeah.
The worst.
Yeah, you'll be like, why do people live in Canada?
Yeah. Especially once you leave the city, you're gonna be like, where is the snow coming from? Where is this? Why is there a mountain of snow? But there are really beautiful national parks.
Yep.
That's what they're called, right? Yeah, national parks. And camping, especially in the summer or like near the fall season, it's really nice, especially when you could see the leaves change color. So I definitely recommend that.
And somebody here just posted something that I'm afraid sounds like you.
Oh, somebody asked about the OTK. Oh, the.
Wait.
Okay, you do yours first.
Yeah, exactly. Hang on a sec. I got to readjust this. But yeah, so I don't know anything about what's this OTK thing. You can talk about that for a second.
Oh, so OTK, they're like a streamer group. So
Oh, okay.
I forget what that OTK stands for. Like offline something, offline TV. No, something like that. But no, Rich Campbell. There's allegations for sexual assault.
Oh, okay.
So, but he got kicked out. He got kicked out of the group. So this is like live streaming related.
These are streamers in the Philippines?
No.
Oh.
This is just they're like in Texas or something.
Oh,
So
okay.
he already got kicked out of his group. He's a very big time streamer, but there's allegations against like him. And so I haven't seen the update, but I know that he said he was gonna post like his response because somebody like called him out, and
Yeah.
now he's like okay. But then the group already kicked him out of their group. So we'll see where it goes.
Right. Okay, so guess what? I'm going to give you your answer.
We haven't tried the blue.
Boom! Go check this video. Yeah, that's where they're blue and then they change.
Really?
I think when they cook them.
Are you sure? I don't think so.
Oh, maybe they're not the blue crab. Maybe you're right.
We haven't
'Cause
had the blue crabs yet.
I guess not.
But
That's not what we
only
were
had,
served. We
like,
were served these crabs.
The normal orange crabs.
Yeah, but do they turn orange just like a lobster only when you cook it?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm not a crab. Expert.
Anyway,
I just eat them.
that's what we ate so much crab from Banati though. Oh, not Banati. Am I mixing it?
No, yeah.
No, I'm not.
You're
Yeah,
right.
we ate so much crab from Banati. Like the more crab we've had in our lives.
I have
in
crab
one
that's
place.
frozen right now.
You
There's
still
so
have
much.
crab. Yeah, we still have crab from Banati. So
I don't know how long crab lasts, but I froze it, so I hope that's okay.
you know, everybody says they're the seafood capital. Now I'm confused because I thought Rojas was the seafood
Yeah, I
capital.
thought Rojas was the one with all the seafood. Why everybody? Okay, to be fair, almost everybody has a coastline.
Yeah,
so
a country of all islands. I can see why a lot of people fight over that.
It's like, all right, everybody can fish, and so I guess it depends on how much fish is in your little spot.
Yep. Anna, yes and no. The only reason I say yes and no, so say you move to a big city. Most people live in a big city, right? 90%, 95% of the country
that's
live
a
in
blue-
five.
That's a blue
Turned orange
crab.
when they're cooked. Yeah,
Okay,
cool.
I did not know that.
So 95% of the country lives in 5 cities or something like that, 4 cities in all of Canada. Each one of those cities, massive shortage of doctors. Just for me to get a dermatologist, like I said in one of our videos, took 6 months to get a 5-minute appointment. 5 minutes.
And there's
That's all
so
you
many
get.
here. which is
Cardiologist, 6 months to a year. Neurologist, a year. 1 year to get an appointment with a neurologist. So I remember so many times, this is pre-pandemic, going to emergency and having to wait 8 to 10 hours to be seen. You get triaged. So you go in, they take your health card, they ask you what's wrong. And literally, I remember one person I was in there with, blood was coming out of their ears, their nose, every orifice, let's just call it that. And they had to sit there for 4 to 6 hours before they were seen by a doctor, and then immediately rushed because they had E. coli poisoning, and were rushed, and they did a closed-off ward just for them, which made the hospital situation even worse when you think about it. So these are the stories from Canada. Right? They have a massive doctor shortage because the United States pays the same doctor triple, quadruple the amount of money because they're private. And so that's kind of the problem when you have a border with a country that will take every one of your doctors in an instant and pay them 4 times more, maybe at least double more. It's hard to keep doctors for that one reason. And so they go and they do their minimum in Canada, do their time, and just so that you can get through and become a full doctor, and then poof, off you go to the United States and make a fortune. So yes, we have good equipment when you do get it, MRIs, that kind of thing. And other than Quebec, it's illegal to charge for basic health care. All basic emergency type health care is free, not just partially free. It's free. You just go and you'll never see a bill. If you want a private room, you got to pay for that. You want TV or you want internet, you got to pay for that. That kind of stuff, obviously, they have limitations. But yeah, it does have a lot of positives. But on the other side, people with the sniffles go to the emergency room, causing massive delays. Right? Especially newborns. So when you have a newborn or something, every time they get a fever, even though that's a normal thing when you have children,
Which I get, because like babies.
they're rushing to the hospital. But if they had to pay for it, they'd be like, "Oh, give me that Tempra. I'm going to bring that temperature down."
Vicks.
Right? Exactly.
Vicks.
But when it's free, you're racing and you're filling up the emergency room, never ending, and every clinic and everything because it's all free. So
Yeah, exactly.
That is kind of the thing.
Moving to Canada
I like
sounds
that.
cool, but I just don't want to
Sorry,
deal with
I clicked the wrong one?
No, you're
Okay,
you're fine. To deal with rebuilding my house after it melted year after year, as in igloos.
Ah ha ha ha. Ah ha ha. Envy, you're hilarious. By the way, Envy is so cool because he has bought like 15 people
Yeah,
memberships,
that's
and
great.
which was absolutely amazing. Like for him to do
Yeah,
that.
thank you again.
And so thank you again, Envy. You're a treasure. And here we
Wow,
go again.
digital
Thank you
nomad,
again.
thank you.
I'll wait for your message.
Thank
wait.
you. Challenge to viewers. Let's get the Christmas cheer and support going
Aw.
for that Philippines life.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Digital.
you.
You're
We
so
appreciate
cool.
it. We hope you all have a good Christmas.
Yeah.
You celebrate.
And I know everybody here is chatting is subscribed because you can't chat without being a subscriber. But yeah, we want to help. We want to get to our 100,000, which will be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, by the end of the year, you have to tell them when. We're hoping for New Year's to get to 100K.
Yeah.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
We're 18 days in. We did a little over 6,000.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we need 14,000 in the remaining 12
Yeah.
days.
So we're going
Hey,
hard.
it's the 12 days of not Christmas, but of New Year's.
The 12 days of New Year's. We're hoping. 12,
Tomorrow.
there's only 12 days.
Tomorrow. 31 days, right?
That's hardcore.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
We just have to push it more because we never talk about it in our videos or anything.
we try, but yeah,
Yeah.
you have to do it in the middle because the average person only watch like
Or the,
4
yeah,
minutes
or
in.
even like the beginning for 2 seconds. We have to
No.
do like.
Because the average person hasn't watched your video yet. They don't know if they want to subscribe.
Oh, but like
So
3
you
minutes
hook them
in.
first.
Yeah,
3 minutes.
Oh.
4 minutes in.
Yeah, like not exactly the middle.
Yeah.
But closer to
You
the
gotta say,
right.
hey guys, because even if you subscribe, there's only a small chance that you will find out about the our uploads, and the reason is they will only do that
Yeah.
if you have very few subscribed. So if you subscribe to 100 channels that are very active that upload every day or every couple days, they will only push so many out to you because they want to give you new content as well to keep you excited about their app. And so if 100 people upload it, you may not see ours for several days, even when you're scrolling, because they want to give you new content plus a percentage. So, yeah.
Ein Prosit. Thank you for the.
Prosit.
Wait, somebody made a comment about we have to practice for Oktoberfest so we don't mess up our beer steins or beer drinking.
Moeten we Hausen see?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my God, I am missing that German beer. Hey, thank you very much, Brian
Thank you.
Simpson.
Thank you.
We don't know what that means, though. Ein Prosit. I could be swearing right now, and I wouldn't know.
It's fine. If it's
It's
in
fine.
a different language, it's fine.
That's really cool
It's
of you.
reasonable.
Good morning to some of the people who just joined us. Wow,
It
Lori.
is 11 o'clock though.
Oh shoot, and we're leaving, Lori. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
We have to go. We have somebody coming to help us with our water situation. We
Yeah.
may have, and we're not sure, we may have a giant sinkhole forming underneath this house, along with our termite problem we just discovered.
Yeah, it's kind of getting crazy.
Yeah, we fill up the tank. A few hours later, no water. Where's the water going? There's no leaks outside. There's no sign of any wet ground or anything. And none of our taps are on. And so scary. So we have somebody coming to take a look at this first. What are you laughing at?
What are you doing for Christmas? I will cry myself to sleep because I am forever alone.
Well-
I'm sorry, Coco,
Yeah, why are
for
you laughing?
I'm sorry. Actually, it caught me off guard.
She's
It
like,
caught
"I've
me
been
off
there."
guard. I'm relatable, okay? I do hope that one day you will have a banging Christmas, not by yourself. And maybe you never know. You still have, how many days is it until Christmas? 6? 7?
7.
7. 1 week can change a lot of things. Okay, maybe you'll find like a awesome friend group or like a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever in that week. You never know. So I wish you luck.
Yep.
I wish you luck.
sometimes
I'm sorry, what
we
did you
have
say?
to go through some terrible things. to
Boracay
get
has
to,
more than 800 sinkholes. We're not on Boracay anymore. We're
Yeah.
really low. But now I'm curious about how many.
we didn't see any, so
Yeah.
roads are good.
I
You know what? No, the main road's good. Go off the main road.
Oh, it's
the whole road's a
yeah.
sinkhole.
Good luck.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are literal like it's so weird how they do it because they're slowly building more roads, but then there's just a random like they'll have road, and then nothing in the middle.
And
So
no
you
way to
have-
get up onto that road.
Yeah, so you just have a dirt pit, and then if it rains, it's a lake. You literally have a
Hey.
little lake.
Look at that. So Michael Onstad.
Hello, thank you,
Listen, guys,
Michael.
this is our life insurance or health insurance. Sorry, this is our health insurance guy. He's a Canadian who moved to the Philippines, married a Filipino, that kind of thing. Was already an insurance broker in Canada for many years, 20 years, something like that. And now he helps expats with their health insurance here in the Philippines. You can find him on Facebook. You can see our video. We have a whole video where we interview Michael here, by the way. So thank you, Michael. And if anybody's looking, just type in insurance in our videos. You'll find us, our Health Insurance Philippines.
Michael,
You'll find us.
Michael.
And we interview Michael
Michael
here
section.
about all the pitfalls and everything. And it's good to have somebody that understands Western insurance, health insurance,
Yeah.
here in the Philippines, expectations,
it
reality,
can
that
be
kind of thing.
different, yeah.
And he goes to bat for you. And he's often gone to bat for people who are already insured, did not use him, but are already insured, and he still goes to bat for them because he believes in what he does. So thank you very much, Michael. Anybody who's interested in or thinking about coming to the Philippines, you should contact him first, get some pricing. We pay total for the two of us 19,000 pesos a year for health insurance.
I spend every Christmas alone, but we'll get to spend it with Mahal ko, so my love, 1 year soon. Wow. I hope that year, like in the next year, you'll have an amazing time. It'll be much more, because you had to wait, it'll be like that much sweeter.
Yep.
All right.
So since we're leaving, I'm just going to quickly go through here. Right now, we can't even plan to go anywhere because one big fact is we keep getting more and more invites. So right now, we don't even have to think. People are inviting us to go see things. So we are absolutely packed with invites, and it's just a matter of scheduling them all in and everything. We do plan to, yes, we're going to see a lot of this Panay, but we're going to live here, so it's going to be always easy to see this Panay. We also do want to go to Bacalog. We want to go to Dumaguete. We want to go to Baguio. We want to go to, we have so many plans. Let's just put it that way. Mindanao, Davao. We actually plan a trip, 2 trips, motorcycle trip of the southern Luzon, and then a car drive of the northern Luzon that will take us all through Baguio and everything and have a lot of fun. The line under my mic is probably just this thing right here because that's what kind of happens when we put
The
this
chat,
thing.
yeah, the chat highlight app that we use is a little wonky.
Yeah, it's up to us to adjust and everything. And as you can see, we're always busy. I built this thing here, and it actually is quite big. It's tall and everything, but we're still little details I'm working out. We rushed that this late last night. Yeah, so I want to thank you all for coming. We really appreciate you.
Thank you guys so
At
much.
4 o'clock, we're going to be at SM Mall. So if you are in Iloilo, it is going to be full of vloggers. We invited all vloggers from every single social media, bloggers, podcasters, whatever. We invited them all to the SM Mall, to the Christmas tree. But if you don't mind being on camera, or many cameras, please come on out. We will be there at 4 o'clock today, and it's going to be pretty intense and insane. We're there, we're all going to work together. I want to help we want to help other vloggers.
Yeah, it's nice to promote the city, especially with others.
And local vloggers and everybody. So we will be there today. We're going to go deal with our water issue now, and then we're going to be there at 4 o'clock. So if you want to join us, join us. I was thinking maybe I will put on my phone, maybe on Facebook Live or something, just kind of leave it on. Nobody's really going to be, people can come up and say hi and all that stuff. Maybe something like that we might do so that I'll just leave it on. And because we get strong signal there. We don't get strong signal here on our smart. We don't get smart here very well. But there in Festive Walk, all that area, SM,
Yeah.
very good. So I might do that and let everybody just, wander by, and people can say hello to the camera and everything else, and you might meet lots of other vloggers. So if you're not on our Facebook, you can jump on there. And That's it for now, guys. I want to thank you
you.
all, especially the ones that were jumping in and giving us the donations. That's so cool.
Thank you guys so much for everything.
We don't even know how to say thank you. All our members, obviously, awesome. And we will see you all, I guess, soon. I can't say that we will be broadcasting live next Sunday because that's Christmas Day. And I think you'll all be busy anyway.
Yeah, we're
right?
No, we can't. We'll be at Steve's.
Yeah, you're going to be busy. Well, yeah, I don't know what time we'll be at Steve's in the morning. I may not be, but so we'll probably just set another day, around that or something like that, and because we want to be able to do that before we leave to Makati for New Year's, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we'll figure something out. But I want to thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we'll see you all very, very soon. You guys are all awesome. Thank you.
See you later.
See you later, guys.
Bye-bye.
We'll see your chats for a little longer, by the way, when we put the end screen. So.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad.
Yeah.
Baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious. I'ma go cause some pain, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame. Yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy.